Hey everyone, Mark Hespin here, host of On the Mark on News Talk 1070 KHMO and of course the KHMO app. You like and subscribe here on the YouTube channel at Mark Hespin, just right down below. You can follow the show On the Mark KHMO on Facebook. Join in with the Facebook conversation. We love having you on our Facebook family. And you can follow me on all social media, YouTube, X, Instagram, at Mark Hespin. Simple as that. MarkHespen. It is time for the post-Week 17 NFL Power Rankings. And at the end of the show, I will do a quick little kind of preview of how crazy Week 18 is going to be. Cannot wait for Week 18 in the NFL. Even though we're getting now the word that certain guys are going to be sitting, it makes sense. There's a lot of great storylines heading into Week 18. Post-Week 17 NFL Power Rankings, I got to be honest, this is one of the toughest Power Rankings I've had to do all season. There are so many teams just kind of mishmash there from like 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 that I'm like, I don't know if I believe in any of these teams, but I got to rank them. I committed to doing this, so let's keep going. At number 10 this week, let's start it off. A team that has spent the most time at number 1 in the Power Rankings this season is number 10 in the penultimate Power Rankings, the Philadelphia Eagles at number 10 this week. I don't know what to do with the Eagles. I really don't. Would I be shocked if the Eagles are able to turn it around and end up in the NFC Championship game? Absolutely not. Look at the roster. It's loaded. Jalen Carter on defense. He's just been fantastic. That offensive line is one of the best in football. I love Jalen Hurts. Huge fan of the wide receiver weapons that the Philadelphia Eagles have. So would I be shocked? No. But right now, they are just so disjointed. They are so out of sync, out of whack. It just seems like a team that has no center, no guidance, no form of gravity. Where's the head coach come on in and just settle everything down? They're in some real trouble, and at the worst time of the year to be in trouble. I still like the Eagles, but I'm going to have them at 10 here on the Power Rankings for the post-Week 17 Power Rankings. Number 9, the Houston Texans. Listen, Houston is a team that I don't know how you're not rooting for right now. I love the Houston Texans. I love the C.J. Stroud story. He is the modern-day Warren Moon. I mean, he is a fantastic pocket passer and a kid with good mobility, but he is picking apart people. He is extremely talented. He might be the best quarterback out of the last 3 drafts combined. When you look at the Trevor Lawrence draft, when you look at the Kenny Pickett draft, and now the Bryce Young draft, C.J. Stroud is the guy out of all of those picks right now. He's fantastic. I hope he makes the playoffs. Rooting for them against the Colts. I just want to see the kid in the show. Him and DeMeco Ryans and what Houston's doing may be the story of 2023, 2024. The Rams at number 8. If you follow along with the show On the Mark at KHMO, I've been high on the Rams all year long. I've thought as long as Matt Stafford's healthy, him and Sean McVay, they're going to get it done. And the Rams are the most dangerous team in the NFC wild card spots. I mean, they are a team that can legitimately go from wild card to NFC championship game. Wouldn't shock me at all the way that Matt Stafford is playing with Puka Nacua at Cooper Kupp. Williams, the running back, they've got their weapons back. And this was the rebuilding year for the Rams. The future looks bright, at least the immediate future this year and next year for the Los Angeles Rams. They're at number 8. Cowboys at number 7. I don't trust the Cowboys. I don't think the Cowboys are an NFC championship team. I don't think the Cowboys are a Super Bowl team. I don't believe in the Cowboys much at all. And they should have lost that game against the Lions. I have the Lions ranked higher than the Cowboys. I love the Lions. I think the Lions are a better team than the Cowboys. The Cowboys got extremely lucky with a bad call. And down the stretch, no one's talking about it now, how bad Mike McCarthy and that defense was with the clock management and the calls on defense going into prevent mode. They let the Lions have that touchdown. The Cowboys are a very good team, but they're not a team to be trusted in January football. I firmly believe that. I have them at 7. The Cleveland Browns at number 6. The Cleveland Browns, to me right now, if they had a chance to have home playoff games, they'd be my second favorite in the AFC. And they are the only team right now I truly believe can maybe go toe-to-toe with the Baltimore Ravens in the AFC. They are not the second highest ranked AFC team. I have one team above them. I'll get to that in a second. But I love so much of what Cleveland has done here in the Joe Flacco version of Cleveland. and they are the ultimate playing with house money. They're completely playing with house money, and they're playing loose. They're playing inspired football, and that is dangerous at this time of the year. I'll have the Chiefs at number 5, just ahead of the Browns. My thought on this is that I finally saw the Chiefs do something I haven't seen them do in the post Tyreek Hill era, which was just like call a deep shot, deep ball, and Rashid Rice in stride, boom, big play. If the Chiefs can do more of that, and the Chiefs can rest their starters, rest Pacheco, and just go into the playoffs knowing they're the 3 seed, knowing they're going to have a favorable matchup in the opening game, and then it's all bets off from there. The Chiefs can absolutely make it to an AFC Championship game. What they can do from there, I don't know. I just don't believe they can score with the San Franciscos, with the Ravens of the world. I really just don't think they can score. And their defense is good, but is it good enough to, hold one of those high-powered offenses to, 24 or less points? I don't know right now. I don't believe in it overall. The Chiefs are a top 5 team because of Patrick Mahomes and Andy Reid, best coach and quarterback duo in the league. So that's where they fall for me. Number 4 is the Buffalo Bills. I know I'm really high on Buffalo right now. And you're saying to yourself, Mark, did you watch the Bills the last 2 weeks? I have great excuses for the Bills. If you're a Bills fan, listen to my spin zone. 2 weeks ago against the Chargers, you shouldn't have won that game. You're down 13-0. You were on the road against a team that was playing absolute inspired football with an interim head coach, and you found a way to win that game. You escaped that insane trap game. And then you're trap game 2.0 against a division rival in Bill Belichick, the best coach in NFL history, who owns you. He absolutely owns you as an organization, as a franchise, and he played you really tough, and you found a way to win that game. I'm not going to hold it against them for finding ways to win 2 big trap games when everything has been counting down towards this week 17 matchup, Bills versus the Dolphins. I can't wait for it. I have the Bills at number 4 because I'm telling you right now, I'm projecting the Bills are going to win that game. That's a lot of why I feel this way about the Bills. I'm high on Buffalo and Josh Allen in week 18. Lions, number 3. The Lions are the 3rd best team in football. They got absolutely royally screwed against the Cowboys and the referees in that game. They had no business being in that game late, even though they are the better football team. They had some mistakes, some issues, but that offensive line, that elite run game with the play-action pass of Jared Goff and those weapons, this Detroit Lions team can beat Dallas in Dallas. We've seen it. They should have won that game. I have no problem with them against Philadelphia and the way that how awful Philadelphia's defense has been. I have no issues with them going to San Francisco and putting up an absolute hat-on-hat, man-on-man battle against the Niners. I believe they can win that football game. I absolutely believe it. The Lions are the 3rd best team in football. They should be still in contention for the number 1 seed. The NFL hurt themselves with the ratings. The Niners, the Cowboys, and the Lions should all be playing for something this week because the Lions should have won that game in Dallas, and they got royally screwed. So I believe in the Lions are the number 3 team in football. The Ravens, the 49ers at 2. Nothing more to add really different from the Niners from last week. They did what they needed to do. They beat up on a really bad Washington team. I don't feel better about the Niners still after knowing they can get shellacked the way they got shellacked by the Ravens. I will say this, though. The Ravens beating down the Dolphins and the way they beat down the Niners makes me feel a little bit better about the Niners. A little bit better in the sense that I think maybe the Ravens are just that good. And so that's why the Ravens are at number 1. They're that good. They're elite. They're fantastic. They're resting all their starters. They've earned it. They should. Lamar, now all eyes will just be on, can Lamar make it to a Super Bowl? Can he get past the AFC Championship game? Everything's laying out for him to do it this year. I'm not going to say Lamar is a bust if he can't do it. A lot of great quarterbacks have struggled in the playoffs. Peyton Manning. Look at Aaron Rodgers, below 500 in the NFL playoffs. So you can be a great player and a great quarterback and can be tough to win in the playoffs. It'll add to Mahomes' legacy or anyone else who beats the Ravens because this is a really good Ravens team. And if Lamar is able to make it to a Super Bowl or heck win a Super Bowl, I think he's already punched his ticket to be talked about as a borderline guarantee first ballot Hall of Famer. Two MVPs, a Super Bowl MVP. Lamar Jackson could actually very well be on his way to claiming that title. Finally, I will wrap up the show with just this. We got down the news. A lot of dudes are sitting in Week 18. The Niners are going to sit everyone. The Chiefs are going to sit everyone. The Browns just announced they're sitting Joe Flacco. The Ravens are sitting people. But there's still one game that matters a ton. Well, there's a couple games that matter, but there's still one game that really, really matters. Bears. Bear down. Follow me on X, on Twitter, at Mark Hespin. I will give you my actual prediction for the Bears versus the Packers, Week 18. Listen to the show on the Mark KHMO, on News Talk 1070 KHMO, Saturday mornings at 9:05 sharp. I will break down the Bears, Packers, what I think is going to happen. I'll just tell you this, riding high, feeling good, staying hydrated, bear down.